Hello everyone, welcome to Crypto Morning Tuesday, October 1st, 2024. October is a crucial month. Looking back at September, we had an exceptional month with Bitcoin up 10%, something that's never happened before in Bitcoin's entire history. Altcoins in our updated portfolio averaged 30% gains, not to mention Tau, which absolutely exploded this month. We took some profits on Monday, but overall, it was still an incredibly strong month. For October, there are two key factors to consider for the medium to long term. Macroeconomically, I'm extremely bullish. I'll show you why shortly, with cash flowing in strongly and the Fed starting to lower rates. For October specifically, I'm bullish due to factors unique to Bitcoin. Let's take a look. Macroeconomics is always a key topic on this channel. We start with it, look at the big picture and step back to assess the situation. Here's the Fed's 20-year rate chart. Typically, when the Fed cuts rates, stock markets soar. They don't surge on the first or second cut, but over the trend. Looking at Fed projections, rates are expected to hit 4% by late 2024, roughly 2.5-3% end of 2025, and below 2% in 2026. So for 2 years, money will get cheaper, which is great for risky assets, especially Bitcoin. The last time rates were this high at 5.5%, was in 2008 during the crisis, but rates have been falling since, and we're at the start of this cycle. This is the kind of curve we're looking at. How far we'll go, I'm not sure. We might stop at 2% in those years, depending on the economy. But macroeconomically, we're seeing very favorable months for our sector. We just closed September, and while it's not 11.25, it's not up to date, it's more like 9, but that's fine. We've never had such a performance. It's the best September we've ever had. We've always said when we have a green September, we typically see 3 green months following. It's only been red 3 times. Usually September is red. September is usually red. The following month, October, we're looking at gains of 28%, 15%, 33%, let's say 25% on average. What's interesting about October is that it's been red in years following the ATH in the previous bull market. So the previous ATH was in 2013, followed by 2014 when we saw a 13% drop in October. In 2018, after the 2017 ATH, the market turned and we had a 3% decrease. We hit ATH in 2021, and look, October is so bullish that even 2022 ended green that month. It's truly an ultra bullish month with extremely favorable statistics. Will October definitely end in the green? There's no guarantee. We'll assess at month end, just like we're doing now for September. I think we'll see a double-digit rise, probably between 20 and 25%. That's a ballpark figure. If it plays out after September's 10% gain, Altcoins did 30%. If we hit 20 to 25%, you'll see some tokens perform incredibly well. So don't touch your portfolio, wait for October and we'll review the results. And finally, seasonality. This is interesting from 2015 to 2023. Look at October, averaging over many years, we're seeing about a 25% increase. That's why I'm not taking big risks. If I say Bitcoin will gain 20 to 25%, it's because October is historically the most bullish month. September usually sees a 5% drop. We had a great performance. Will it do the opposite this time? But I'm confident about this performance. Regarding markets, France took a big hit, especially the CAC 40, because we might overtax companies by raising corporate tax rates. There's a lot of nervousness right now among French businesses. The Paris Stock Exchange fell significantly. You see the S&P 500 and Nasdaq ending in green. We'll have an interesting week ahead and we'll keep an eye on them. Next, this is really interesting because with Ethereum's recent decline over the past 12 months, there's a phenomenon I've noticed that's starting to explode, and that's the return of NFTs. NFTs boomed in 2020 to 2021, but since then some NFTs have lost 98% of their value. Personally, I've never seen an NFT lose 98%. Personally, I've never invested in NFTs, but I've seen $1,000 club shirt boards. So I'm watching the big collections and their floor prices have dropped significantly. What happened in February, March 2024? Ethereum really crashed. And since all major collections are in Ethereum and prices were already low in Ethereum, its price drop had a double effect, causing NFT prices to become really attractive. Still too pricey for me, as I won't put $10,000 in NFTs, but $1,500 maybe. So what's happening now? NFTs are rebounding. I think largely due to gas fees are dropping as everything's on Ethereum, bringing people back. People are returning, and I think NFTs are clearly taking off again. What's happening? Ethereum's issue. When activity returns, gas fees skyrocket. It's a disaster. Up 5x next. Codebase. They're launching a CBDC, Bitcoin wrapped on base blockchain like Ethereum and others have done, which faced much criticism. Justin Sun said there's no reserve, it's a bit fake and rigged. To prove their honesty, they'll use Chainlink's proof of reserve, which is great for Chainlink. It's excellent news for Chainlink, one of their major offerings, several, but this one works well. Codebase, the custodian of all BlackRock ETFs and such, is set to become a major Chainlink client. Great news and excellent publicity for Chainlink. Then things move very quickly. Investors are returning in force. In just 1 week, they've poured $1 billion into Bitcoin. That's massive. Returns come fast. And with institutional investors arriving en masse, we hope it'll cause a surge. It's odd that it hasn't pushed Bitcoin even higher yet. Next, Taiwan, a major global financial hub, is also launching a market, though only for professional investors. It'll be a marketplace to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs in particular. Great news, as Taiwan will bring in enormous funds too. ETFs are still expected in other countries, especially China. I think there's been a lot of talk, but I haven't mentioned it because it's just hot air and pointless. It's about the Ethereum Foundation, and even articles or videos about Vitalik selling his Ethereum. You know, Vitalik and the Ethereum Foundation are kind of an organization, sort of a company. So every year they sell Ethereum, if only to pay salaries. And people made a big fuss, even saying it was the cause. It's true that when the token drops, people criticize Vitalik and all that. They claim they were lining their pockets, but it's all overblown. In fact, over a year, they sold $10 million, not 10 million Ethereum tokens. They sold $10 million worth of Ethereum, about 3 minutes of blockchain transactions. So it's just a drop in the ocean, and as usual, much ado about nothing. Then graphically, we can already see it on XRP. It's huge. They're running tests and scaling up operations. They minted 200, then they minted 80,000. Their stablecoin is called RLUSD, and in terms of timing, we're told the stablecoin will launch before year's end. It'll be bullish. They've already minted 1,800,000 tokens total. They're ramping up, and it's good coin-wise as they're promoting it. I think there's huge competition in the stablecoin market. They're right to hype it up a bit due to many competitors. I think their goal is to be immediately, if possible, in the top 50 or 100. With significant liquidity. That's what they're doing, accumulating liquidity, like PayPal's PYUSD, even though it's working well now and taking off the first few months, had very little volume. Now, here's the shocking news. I think it's unprecedented. Donald Trump launching his token. It's an unusual launch, 64%. They're doing it, a token meant to revolutionize. It'll be called WLFI. Oddly, 63% is for public, 17% for rewards and incentives. Could be for staking, not sure about the details. And 20% for the team. Seems like a fair launch overall. But to join, there's a lot to do, KYC. Visit the site. I think non-Americans can't participate anyway. It's totally crazy, never seen before, but it might be an opportunity. Let me know if you're interested, I'll follow up. There are tons of political tokens out there, MAGA, MAGA VP, MAGA whatever and all that. But those are just individuals like you and me launching tokens. This time it's the Trump family launching a token. So honestly, I'm interested, even if it's just putting in 100, 200 bucks. I'll look into it, but I think it could really take off. He can't do much, but it's such a unique moment in history. And just for the historical aspect, I want to get some. I don't particularly support Trump, but it's more for the investment. To me, it's basically like a meme coin. As for the market map, it's not looking pretty. We see right away when it drops a bit, like 2, 3, 5%. Some comments make you wonder if people just got into crypto 3 days ago. It's like this non-stop. If you look at the monthly view, that's what you need to keep in mind. When I said September was exceptional, I meant it. September was truly exceptional. I started seeing triple-digit increases. I'd say that's pretty good. In terms of volume, where? Massive volumes. Volume-wise, we saw 17 billion in 2006. Ethereum's been quiet, no doubt about it. But to me, this quiet period signals accumulation. Then 63,600, we were at 66,500. Quite a drop. Looking at Bitcoin monthly, what do you think? Any specific analysis? Since it's in this range, it's making some odd candles. These are typical candles, ups, downs, ups. Now we're seeing more wicks. Drops with more wicks than body. That's an uncertainty candle. Japanese doji candles or whatever. Just really strange candles overall. I think this will all explode at some point. But it's very strange on a monthly basis. On a daily basis, it's actually quite good. Look, we're right in the process of chewing and leaning on the 200-day moving average. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a green candle today bouncing off the 200-day MA. That would be typical. We break the 200-day MA, pull back, and then we'll see why we might reach level 1. We'll see on Friday. There are major statistics coming. Just looking at Tau, it's pretty wild. I'm still waiting for it in this zone, but it seems to be taking off. XRP is behaving exactly like Bitcoin, I think. It exploded here, pulled back, but landed right in this spot. I think it looks pretty good. It's at Jamie's level. Odd, since it had a good breakout. I think it broke out well here, but then suddenly dropped back down. Will it go lower or bounce off this 50 MA around 0.021? Not sure. Next, FTM continues its very strong momentum. It's one of the few in the green today. Bonks among the big success stories of this bull market. I check it occasionally. I have a small position, and it seems to be recovering. It dropped to 15. Now it's at 25, already showing some gains. Lastly, Casper's been slow over a year, but I've been accumulating since I got in. I'm buying as much as I can when possible. I think it's an excellent time to invest. Nothing's happened for a year. Early on it exploded, tripling in value. Since then, it's stagnated, meaning it's at relatively low levels. It's tough for long-term Casper holders used to triple-digit gains in weeks. This is lateralization, but if you're not in this token or have a bit, it's one to watch in the coming weeks and months. For example, I accumulated a lot of Tau under 300, but I'm stopping now. Tau is useless. It's time to quit. I think Casper has a good risk-reward ratio. We'll see in a year if it was a smart bet. My goal remains the same. I have 3,000, 3,500, and I'm aiming for 10,000. That'd be great. That's all from me. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.